Hello everyone, myself Pratyaksh Pashne. I am the CPC of BTech CSC Batch 2 second year. We the students of BTech CSC Batch 2 second year gather here to discuss upon the topic the role of gigs economy in India's future.
Palak from BTech CSC Batch 2.
I am Nandini from BTech CSE Batch 2.
Hello, I'm Ajay Kumar from Dutex University. I would like to explore the driving nature of the gig economy.
I am Jigyasa from BTech CSE Batch 2. So the topic for our GD is the role of the gigs economy in the India's future. A digital platform economy, popularly referred to as the gig economy, it is one of the most notable developments in the 21st century job market. In terms of definition, the gig economy is the collection of markets that match providers to consumers on a gig basis, support on-demand commerce. In the basic model, gig workers enter into the formal agreement with on-demand companies to provide services to companies' clients. So this is a very emerging technology platform, and it is based on the technological platforms and smartphone application that allows them to search for providers or the specific jobs.
I agree with you, Nandini. On talking upon the discussion of introduction to the what is gigs or what is gigs economy and how it is defined, how it is done. On topic upon the gigs economy, it is basically a type of occupation or type of employment which is rather different from the traditional way the employment is being provided. It is not a permanent job that is being provided certainly. It is a type of freelancing or a type of work that is provided for a temporary period that is not permanent. For example, we may consider the delivery partners of Swiggy, Zomato, Amazon, etc. Further, we may also consider the freelancing students or any professionals which are working for the content writing or graphic designing. So, these are roles in which there is no permanent system of salary, or there we can say there is job security, and which is quite different from the traditional occupation in which the people are in organized. So it is another way, rather a flexible way in which gigs work actually.
I'm rather agree with your point, but are you planning for the short-term career option or long-term career option? So now about the future of the gig economy in India. So I would like to explain certain points. Like first of all, it's expanding digital platform. So the companies like Swiggy, Zomato, Uber, Ola, etc. These countries which are now very trending among the youth also. So they are creating more gig opportunities. Now, apart from these companies, so today's youth is not wanting to do a 9 to 5 job. What they want is that they do multiple jobs in multiple companies. They don't want to be or those stick to be one company only. So there is a rising flexible work. So there is a demand for it. That people can flexible with their work jobs, their time slots, and etc. Now, apart from it, government is also supporting. Even government has launched many regulations, rules like Social Security Code in 2020, which aim to provide a social benefit like PF insurance to gig workers or improving jobs stability and security. So now there is skill-based gigs also, which will focus on the skills. So to be promote the growth in the remote work, digital marketing, coding, design, consulting gigs is creating high income opportunity. So there are various corporates in gig work also. So like companies are hiring freelancers for specialized roles, which increase the gig opportunities. Thank
Uh, well said, Ajay. as you have been mentioned that the gigs economy is a more flexible or a better way of employment. Basically, talking further on this, we can add upon that it is also beneficial not for the employee, the person who is employed, but also for the person who is providing that employment. Let's say we have a small business startup type, and they want to employ certain employees which can work on a low wages on a very flexible hours of time that they demand their skills or their services for a very short term period or for a certain period of time, so they can hire such type of workers which comes under the gigs economy employees, so they can easily have a very economical way to employ many peoples or professionals into their startups or small business ideas that can be grown up in future. So the growth of gigs economy can be seen as due to more of the interaction of the internet that has been boomed in our country. As the internet boomed in our country, maybe due to the certain strategies like lowering the cost of the internet packages, or the more interactive activities are being done with the help of internet. So with the boom of internet, the gigs component or the gig sector of our country has been increased a lot. As per some of the statistics, it has been stated that about 24 millions more gigs opportunities are to be generated till 2030. So we can see that the rate of increment or the rate of growth for the gigs opportunities can be more higher than the full-time employment opportunities, as we seen many benefits that been can be brought out with the gigs economy. On talking upon many startups and MSME, they prefer the gigs more over the full-time workers, as they get the same amount of services for the required certain period of time at a very economical cost. Further, the gigs also work from them, as they may work for the multiple number of films, as they have flexible hours of working hours that they work for a certain period of time for a certain company, then a certain period of time for another company. So they have a choice of multiple employment opportunities. They can work for multiple themes at a same scenario or same circumstance. So gigs is providing a many opportunities for employment for non-employed people who are being skilled but not getting the opportunity to work. So in this way, the gigs providing the growth in the economy too for the Indian futures. So these are some of the benefits. I would like to also hear about your thoughts.
With you, Pratyaksh. Gigs also provide us an opportunity to test drive something new. Like for some people, it is for additional income, but for other people, it is a way to test drive a new career. For example, if we anyone want to pet sit, then he or she can try it using gig. And being a gig worker allows you to explore a passion and see if it's something more than a passing fancy without losing your primary source of income. It even saves your time and money while making businesses more agile.
Palak, as you mentioned about the development of the interest or working in the field that we are interested in. Talking upon this scope, we can preferably more think of in our Indian society of the women's, as women which are skilled might have been lagged behind in doing that employment due to many of the baggages or any other something that is lagging them behind to perform that employment. For example, we may consider a woman who might be skilled in working a certain job. They may apply on a freelancing softwares like the Fivers or the Upwork, which provide these opportunities to many people, not only to women. To it is open to all. So basically, a woman who is interested for content writing or a graphic designing work, who is skilled in that opportunity, can apply for that. So this also create an opportunity to increase the growth for the women. So women also plays a very crucial role increasing the growth of the economy of our Indian society through these jobs opportunities. So basically, gigs are bringing up the opportunities not only for the lag behind communities, not only for the women, not only for the students, not only for the youth, but it is open to all, as it is more flexible than the traditional way of employment which has been providing since years. So this can be seen as, I would also like to hear some of your thoughts if you like to broaden upon how the women are being employed using the gigs economy or through this gigs economy.
Well, Pratyaksh, nicely said about the women's role in the gigs economy. So now I would like to see in the future outlook of the gigs economy.
As there might be some issue, so as might be Ajay was saying, so I will also like to some of your thoughts if you want to share regarding the women employment or women contribution through the gigs economy.
So as I was mentioning about the future outlook of the gigs economy, so first of all is the increase in tier 2 and tier 3 jobs. So more people outside the metros will join the gig workforce due to the internet penetration, second is AI and automation. So tech-driven gigs work will expand, but some low-skill gig jobs may decline due to the automation, which is very expected. So another one is better workers' right. So with more demands for the fair wages and benefit, policy may evolve to support the gig opportunities workers. So there are also a concept of hybrid work model. So traditional companies might integrate gig workers into their workforce for specialized tasks. So overall, India's economy will continue to grow, especially in the digital skills sector. I would like to express your thoughts also.
The gig economy is growing in various sectors, creating a new work opportunities. Some of the key applications include the transportation and delivery services. Apps like Ola, Uber, Swiggy, Zomato, they offer flexible jobs for drivers and delivery personnel. Many people earn a living by working part time or full time in these services. Also, there are platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, Freelancer. They allow professionals to work on short term projects in fields like content writing, graphic design, coding, and marketing. It helps skilled workers find global opportunities without relocating. So, this is very important. And the websites like Unacademy, Vedantu, Byju's, they hire gig workers as tutors, helping students learn online. Teachers and subject experts earn by taking live classes or providing study materials. So, this is a very great economic factor for our Indian economy.
Terminates the intermediators and establish a direct connection between companies and freelancers. But it also lacks the benefits which we can attain from any government job or private job, any secured job like insurance, health benefits, and such more benefits. And even it provides inconsistent income. With most of the gig workers are paid according to their time of work or type of project they are working on, and such more things else. So this make does not make more money as compared to a well secured job.
Also adding to plus, there is also lack of the job security. Like I was questioning you earlier about the Egypt long-term or short-term career option. What should we take? Gig economy is now considered the short-term opportunity. So there is no fixed income or long-term stability. Further, no social security benefits are there. So there is no health insurance, PF or pensions. And there is also income instability. Like earning will fluctuate up and down, and incentives can also change. There are also legal and regulatory issues we can face. Labor law don't fully cover gig workers.
Connecting to that point, I remember a case study in United Kingdoms where Uber workers classified themselves as the properly the Uber drivers basically they classified themselves as the workers, and for that they won the case for that. Basically, usually they were defined as to be their independent contractor, so they asked to file a case or petition in which they were termed as an official workers. So they seek government for their right, they ask government, so they were termed as in workers. So after referring them to be as a worker, they comes under many of the policies that been defined by government to safeguard them. Such policies will safeguard them from being protecting them by providing the minimum valuable wages they should get, like the service they should be applied to them, like how much wage should be actually given to that person for that service that should be provided, at least amount. So in this way the wages or the salary being provided to that gigs worker are being uh, securitized or being looked after by the government. Also, while looking for the ethics or the right dues, government can interrupt in between so that the see that the gigs workers are not being hindered by or being maybe they might be exploited on some ground of race, or exploitation can be done on any of the race. So there's some kind of policies or acts that must safeguard our gigs workers, which may also act in increasing further growth of this, as many of the people are leaving behind their permanent jobs or the traditional jobs to switch over this gigs job, as they find it more fascinating, more flexible, more easy, more connected to their fields or their skill sets of work. So government should interrupt in between to make a safeguard policies. As the real example we could see in India, like the Swiggy workers or the Zomato workers as being very popular gig workers that we can see, and they are being defined as like they've been prioritized by providing the policies like the safeguard under the license or the, we can say, insurances that are being provided to these workers. So the interaction or interruption of the government in these acts may provide a safeguard opportunity to our gigs workers, which is highly required for the further growth in our Indian economies through gigs.
Yeah, this is a very important point that government should create clear labor laws for fair pay, working hours, and dispute resolution. So yeah, adding to these points, I would like to say that many gig workers lack skills for high-paying jobs and face heavy competition in this field. So free and low-cost skill development programs in tech communication can help them earn better. And there is also digital divide, like many rural workers don't have access to internet or smartphones, limiting their gig work options. So government and companies should work on digital literacy programs and provide affordable internet to them, so that we can so that they can get an edge in this field.
So about the market rise due to the gig economy. So around 2020 to 21, there were 7.7 million gig workers. Now it is projected to reach 23.5 million by 2029 to 30 from the Niti Aayog. Also, the gig economy contributors. The gig economy contributes about 1.25% of the GDP and is expected to increase With the rise of the digital platforms, the Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, as I earlier mentioned, it is also going beyond the metro station. So there is a huge rise in market due to the gig workers.
As being mentioned by
We
Ajay.
can also say that education as we can also say that education is not the only primary key to getting a successful life. I mean, it is very necessary, but it's not compulsory. And some people might lack in academics and schooling, but by freelancing and all, it's very easy for them to help their family, and it will make their life better, and they can survive easily.
As Jigasa mentioned about the being the training and the education being provided to the participants or the workers, so that they can at least being self-employed on the basis of these skills to work as a gig worker, to at least earn a certain fair amount that they could be utilized for their further development. As we could see that gigs economy is shaping our India's most of the economies. As in our future race we could also see there are the more startups and business are going to be started, which may require a certain amount of low expense worker, which might be required for work on a certain flexible hours of time. So for the further development of the businesses startups in our Indian economy, this is highly required that we should have a very centralized or structured or policy provided, security provided gigs worker in our Indian society, that could easily be available to such startups and companies ideas that are being initialized in the future is. As I already mentioned that there is a hype to be increased of 24 million about 2030 in gigs workers. So it is highly recommendable that government should interrupt with their policies and security advantages that being provided to the gig workers. Along with the gig workers should also focus upon their training, so that they could work as a part in shaping India's workforce. But there need to be little regulation that being circulated or being maintained by government. अजय बोल दे यार, कुछ ही बोल दे. अरे स्विगी जोमेटो बोल दे, मैं बोल दूंगा फिर.
The younger generation have a different perspective on careers. They prioritize finding work that aligns with their passion and interests rather than settling for traditional career paths that may not fulfill their inner desires. In the gig economy, different compensation models are employed, such as fixed fee, time based, work output based, and quality driven models, while fixed fee arrangements are the most common one.
The gig economy, it uses digital platforms to connect freelancers with customers to provide short-term services or asset sharing. Examples include ride-hailing apps, food delivery apps, and holiday rental apps. It's a growing segment and bringing economic benefits of productivity and employment, but it also raises questions about levels of consumer and worker productions. The challenge is to balance innovation with a fair deal for workers. And why it is growing so far? For millions of people, working 9 to 5 for a single employer or being on payroll is no longer a reality. Instead, if they balance various income streams and work independently, job by job.
And with the emergence of AI, most of the gig workers have now less work. Like, for example, editing any video, it can be done through AI. Content creation, like um, editing video or photos, and much more, that can also be done through AI. Writing blogs and much more things can be done through AI, which has make work easier for the gig workers.
further talking upon the conclusion, somebody want to conclude what have been discussed till yet?
Pratyaksh, you please.
The gig sector here is to stay as it provides a new opportunity to work flexibly and earn using different online platforms. It has been driven by the need for location independent work, changing career aspirations, and various compensation models. These factors have collectively fueled the growth and prominence of gig economy in India, but still there exist a number of challenges, including lack of proper benefits, chances of exploitation of workers, etc. India needs to develop proper legislation in order to safeguard the needs of both organization as well as workers.